What's up, guys? Vince Ryder here, the biggest Sailor Moon fan. That was a joke. Listen, I love Sailor Moon. From what I remember, it was basically within a group of other anime slash mangas that I was very, very ashamed to read, watch, or talk about in school. And we're talking about like a decade ago, back in high school or middle school or whatever. Can't keep time. Gosh. But basically, when I was in school, okay, don't count college because, as a person that finished college recently. But yeah, within school grounds, Sailor Moon and basically a whole number of others, anime slash mangas and all that other stuff that is, basically feminine. It made sense. The only kind of like masculine kind of anime that I liked as a kid and a long time ago, and basically it's just there is none. I don't understand Naruto. I don't understand Goku. I mean, sorry, Dragon Ball Z. I don't understand any of these other animes, and pretty much this was before I was really into One Piece, before I did the whole One Piece arc review. This, because of course I recently came back to One Piece 2 years ago, I think, during 2022. Yeah, it's 2024. Yeah, 2022. I got back to One Piece. Started from literally one. Now I'm pretty much almost done with the Spanish arc, I say. I call it the Spanish arc because the place that it's set in is definitely in Spain, and now they're about to see, Jokers, aka Flamingo, aka Don Flamingo, aka Don Quiol, the name that I can't say because I'm my Spanish is embarrassing. But yeah, basically I'm at that arc, and I'm hugely into One Piece. But before One Piece, I was actually into another anime that was kind of like sort of the more like, and this is basically, when it comes to any anime that is centered for people of my demographic, in a sense, aka men, it would be Soul Eater. I was into Soul Eater. I would read a few pages and that's it. And when no one's looking, I would slowly go and read some Loveless, and read some Sailor Moon, and read some Rent a Girlfriend, and read some of these other animes that I would really be embarrassed of in my nearest Barnes and Nobles. Like I am talking about embarrassed. I just don't want that scene. And I think TikTok kind of like nailed it when it comes. I forget what this other TikTok video. I don't know who the person made it, but it's kind of like somebody reading, like either Sailor Moon or some girl Magica, like either or just something feminine. Like it could be like Yuri or a Yaoi or something like that. And then there's that other guy just staring at him. And this person that's reading, he kind of looks and it was like, oh crap. Just gotta put it, gotta, and I guess for now on, since I don't really go to libraries and bookstores much, but if I do, I wear earphones because I don't freaking want to hear it, and I shouldn't care. But there's a part of us as human beings that we kind of care of, like when people see us, especially if you're a grown ass man wanting to read just some simple anime that you're interested, but it's hard sometimes. It'd be like, man, can you stop staring at me? You got something to say? You got a problem with some bro? Read some Sailor Moon, some citrus, some freaking I don't know. Stop giving me the sussy looks. Anyways, enough of that. Now let's go into why this is kind of like in the category of one of my favorite animes to read, but also embarrassed to read it in public. That goes within, other animes I grew up with. Maria-sama, Nagima, or in high school. The OG anime peoples would know or in high school. Okay, you're a real one if you know what we talking about when Vic was around. Okay, I'll stop. But but Sailor Moon was actually in the league of one of them. And when I first heard that there was a Sailor Moon, like a Sailor Moon like remake, and pretty much this was like years ago when they announced the reboot version of Sailor Moon as I'm watching right now. Basically, there was a new version of Sailor Moon, which is not new anymore, but a few years ago, or however years ago, because I don't freaking remember, that it was like Sailor Moon had a glow up. You know, it's kind of like Paris Hilton. You know, like she's old, but she still got it. She's doing it, and she's pretty much making new projects and stuff like that. I don't freaking know what Paris Hilton is up to, and some of you kids are like, Paris who? So basically, it's the updated and new version. We're talking about like iPhone 20, freaking Sailor Moon. Okay, am I making sense here? I tend to go on to the point where sense doesn't even, exist anymore whenever I really, really, really try to tell you something. But with this Sailor Moon, just out of nowhere, just out of nowhere, as this wasn't really hyped up in Netflix, which I really don't understand about. And I do agree that, because most people are like, how come this wasn't advertised at all in Netflix? How come Netflix was like, yeah, here's Sailor Moon, bye. And they're just going to focus on freaking, I don't know, Stranger Things season 8500. Like, I'm trying to understand. Like, yeah, we got Sailor Moon. Enjoy, bye. We're just going to focus on Arcane and One Piece. And I am looking forward to those. Okay, I'm looking forward to Arcane and also One Piece live action. Oh, man. I'm so looking forward to that. And you will, in pretty much 100%, I will freaking review each episode when it comes out. I guarantee you. But this is Sailor Moon right now. And just out of nowhere, they ended it. Like, I guess this is now the ending of Sailor Moon. This is sort of like the endologue. I just made that word up. Did I make that word up? There's a prologue and there's an endologue. A prologue, endologue, and a vincilogue and a cellulogue, okay? This is just me. I'm just telling you how I feel about, from what I watch and from what I got from it. But I'll get to the review in a minute. But before that, I gotta ask, is Sailor Moon, we're talking about live action, updated freaking iPhone 1800, Sailor Moon, is it done? Is this it? Like, this is it? This is it? Not elegant. Not the mirror. I wonder if we're gonna have like more, but I guess not. Like, it can be other characters. We can make stuff up. Creators. But no. I guess I am late. But then again, they didn't even put much. And I forget with the other Sailor Moons because it was long ago. It felt so long ago that the other Sailor Moon that was released in Netflix. And why am I choosing Netflix to watch a lot of my stuff? I don't know. I don't know why I'm choosing illegal stuff to... But for this one, particularly, that's it. So I guess we're done, even though there wasn't much, within the new Sailor Moon. And I know, I get it. There's manga. There's the freaking old school Sailor Moon. We get it. But the looks of the characters is overslayage. Okay, is overpowering. Is beautiful. The beauty of it. Okay, when it comes to animes like this, and this is what I love about it when I was a kid, and also from what I got from it. I want to tell you right now, I'm not straight, okay? How does a straight man operate? I don't freaking know. I don't even know how straight men talk sometimes. But for me, as a girl that is living inside a freaking man's body, I love Sailor Moon. And I dream of myself just looking like these, in a sense, at least in my head. It really does inspire to make also my own creation that is also kind of like, within the balance of Sailor Moon inspired, but also with other coexisting anime and properties that also inspired it as well. But for Sailor Moon, it was like more than that, from seeing the community and seeing like more of like what Sailor Moon was and the characters itself, it was a breath of fresh air. Okay, whenever something new from Sailor Moon comes out, but the fact that there's none anymore, there's just not a, and I get that it's old. The creator of it probably is old and stuff like that. I mean, there's tons of anime creators out there that have created. We're talking about masterpieces. We're talking about like One Piece and just the whole nine yards of all animes, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, RP, the creators of Dragon Ball Z, Akira. And it feels like, for a long time, there is a point where we kind of have to, just take a break. Just stop. But I wonder, is there going to be a new up and coming project that is also within the same property and production team and basically the whole workplace that Sailor Moon is from? Like, pretty much my knowledge of who created Sailor Moon, or shoot, even I know that Oda created One Piece, but at the same time, I don't know the studio he was working in. I don't even know where the properties, and you think I know all the politics behind that? Because I freaking don't. But I just wonder, will there be something else to replace Sailor Moon? Is that a thing that is going to come to the future? And I know when it's not Sailor Moon, it's not Sailor Moon. But at the same time, it'll be nice to actually, see what they're working with and something like that. It's kind of like, and then again, it's kind of like saying like, oh, if Pokemon ended, God, not. That's just crazy to think about. Sailor Moon ended. It's like, can you imagine if Pokemon, okay, you gotta catch them all. Eevee's top tier. Like Pokemon, like imagine like if that was literally ended. Like if Ace, or sorry, not Ace, what I call him Ace, Ash Ketchum, like pretty much arc, like whole entire story of literally the newest series within Pokemon ended. We're talking about it's done. Like now we get an endolog of Ash Ketchum now looking like, the appearance of him being an adult to be, because at this point from Ash, like he's supposed to be like 50 or 60 at this point, okay? Like for how long does Ash Ketchum is going to be 13 in Pokemon? Like there is supposed to be a point where he is supposed to be older, where the characters are supposed to mature. But no, that doesn't happen because there's always new versions of freaking 13-year-old Ash Ketchums. How many freaking 13-year-old Ash Ketchums do we have, okay? No, did it. But anyways, that is literally what's happening. Ending. Did Sailor Moon just ended? Did I just witness Sailor Moon ending when I could have seen it like much bigger and better? And another thing, and before I get to the review, there's going to be some spoilers. I want to let you know that right now. It's on Netflix. It's anywhere you want to watch it. There's places. Okay. If you don't want to, argue matey. But there's places, okay, that you can watch it. And I guarantee you that I need to spoil this because I got a lot of things to say, okay? And I'm starting this with this first, okay? Spoiler alert, okay? Spoiler, okay, right. Are you serious with with the hyperlights? They're just gone. The characters that died in this freaking series, man. In this movie, or whatever. It's series movie? I don't know. It has two parts. It's a movie. It's like two movies in one. It's kind of like a two-piece combo, but two big pieces combo in one kind of like meal. You know what I mean? With an extra drink and fries. Sure. But it's like, for these two big pieces, a lot of characters died. A lot of it happens. And I witness it and I'm like, that's not true. I don't see blood. I don't see this. But at the same time, it really goes there. In many sense, it's an ending, but it's kind of like, where did this came from? Where did the Galaxia, or whoever the princess of Galaxia with the freaking golden, crescents, figure of crowns and whatever she was rocking, where did she came from? Where did this lore? Where did all these characters? I know where Hyperlight, the tree superstars, okay, the tree superstars. That I know that where they probably, I've seen it before in the older Sailor Moon. We're talking about a long time ago, the older Sailor Moon. But the time that I was reintroduce to the hyperlights, which I call them the hype lights, galaxy lights. I call them hyperlights because at least that's what I remember, or basically the tree stars, the tree, like individual pop stars that I'm trying to really think. Are they like trans, or what is the? And I almost said like, oh, the tree twins. Like I try to really understand, like, are they what the tree the tree, I just call it tree pop stars. I'm just like, you know what? We don't need to go there. But pretty much like the tree pop stars, the moment they're introduced, I never thought that it would also be the same series that, or movie, or whatever you may call it, that it's just that the last time we saw them, or the last time we saw the whole entire Sailor Moon itself. And it kind of felt that way in a sense. And I just got a feeling like, I guess this is it, because it's going to a very deep place. There is so many scenes within this where there's a lot of humility plays a big role within, Usagi, as, especially being like the princess guardian as well. And there's a lot of sense of humility of like what she's going through. And, she even had a moment of actually taking out Galaxia, literally the person that murdered her friends, okay? Or just at least summoned them in some random sandy area, whatever. Like, that almost, like, pretty much, it's almost like this all spans to a very long movie, but it took a bunch of parts, plus the two big combo parts, and as well as the first, appearance that this, that the first Sailor Moon remake was, showcased. Being a movie or, a show, I forgot. It was a long time ago. But it just felt like this very long span. And I guess here we are in the end. That's what it feels like. So with the stories and the characters, we're not going to see the princess. And I wish we actually get to see the lore of where these characters. I would like to see the lore of like where that cat character came from that was trying to take out Usagi. I would like to know about the two individuals, the two ladies that took out like Hyperlight, the pop stars, and like just hear more about the princess that the Hyperlights serve. I feel like with these planets and everything else, and especially we see a bit of a backstory of Galaxia, and it just seems like her taking out, and it's sad that what she went through and how she was treated, but like it's sad that she has to take it out by ruling the whole entire galaxy. I was beat up before, I was bullied, but I never want to take out the whole entire world because of my anger from a long time ago when I was like, in fourth grade. Like that's all over, But at the same time, it seems that this is sort of like setting up for like different plot lines and stuff like that, at least to me. But it didn't really go there. And I'm speaking as a person that is not active in Sailor Moon, but loves Sailor Moon. At the same time, I'm not a fan. Does that make sense? It's kind of like, you support Trump, but you really hate the guy. It's kind of like that. I can't believe I just compared the presidents as Sailor Moon. That image is not going to escape from my head. Oh, God, please. But you know what I mean. It seems like within the series of what it offers, there's a part of me where I wish there was more. And also with the scenes that Usagi was really showcasing of her character development, or at least within the end of it. And especially, like, one thing that I noticed is that what is up, like, I get that, Usagi has a man, but it's always, like, showcased that in the most highest degree. I was like, okay, the man's here. Like, we get it. The boyfriend is like, sort of like playing, and I don't know his name much, but you would think like it would only be like, the other, Sailor Moon characters, but then I don't know. I feel like this is a very controversial, road that I'm going in. Okay, I don't know much of how the Sailor Moon community is gonna really look at this and be offended, which I hope they're not. Understand that I am not a movie reviewer. I'm just a person yapping in the internet about stuff I love and watch, and I give my personal and authentic opinion about it. Ain't no faking here, okay? Just straight, like, telling you right now. I'm gonna lay it down for you. But I really enjoyed you know, a lot of Sailor Moon, but I just don't enjoy how it's ending. How this is like it. How I'm basically showing up to work, and I'm excited. I'm getting the day ready, and I only have an hour, and that's it. I'm like, what? Where's my payment? Kind of deal. But I don't need the payment because I love working here. But I guess I'm fired. Is it like, did I do anything wrong? Like, I don't know, or maybe like it could be a numerous about number of things, like, oh, the job is like, the store is closing down. We can't pay the rent, stuff like that. And it's like within those examples, as I'm trying to talk about Sailor Moon Cosmos because I'm going all over the place. Is that in the beginning it felt so light, it felt something, it felt like we were actually, it felt like, oh sweet man, like, I can't wait, like, because the time that we went to the other planets to defeat Galaxia, when Usagi went out, when saying goodbye to her parents and stuff like that, there's this hunger in me as I'm watching all this. Okay, I hunger for normality. I hunger for just normal lives. And I know that Usagi hungers for that, as she just wants this all over. And it seems like there is, like, that sense of, like, I really just want things to be the way it was, the way that I sort of remember Sailor Moon. And even though I can watch the other episodes, I was hoping something new, just something simple. But damn, this going this hard to, and the fact that Netflix didn't care to show that at all, it really makes me think, like, wow, this is kind of sad to watch. Like, this is heartbreaking. Like, imagine, because the thing is that that's what I'm worried about in the future. And I basically, all this freaking, what this whole video is about is the idea of series, not episodes, not seasons, series, anime series ending. And like, that is a possibility that we basically have to live with. Like, when the moment that one of my webtoon series ended because it was the last episode, when I finished it, was sad. It was like, oh, this is finally, it's over, kind of deal. But there was a part of me like, oh, I'm not gonna see these I'm not gonna see these characters anymore. I'm not gonna see Sailor Moon anymore. And as a new, like, oh, Netflix dropped something good from Sailor Moon, like, I was really excited. I was, like, hyped for more. But then it's like, okay, I guess that's it. That's just, I don't know. It's heartbreaking. Imagine, like, One Piece ended. Imagine, like, Naruto ended. Imagine, like, like, all your favorite shows ended. But at some point, they probably have to end. They probably have to be done, and they probably have to go. Things move on, things pass, and, sadly, things end. There is, nothing lasts forever, basically. And especially with Sailor Moon, from what I've seen, and really does, especially in that wedding scene, it really does feel like, I guess that's it. This is where we call off in the end. And is it, like, sad for me in a sense? Like, it's sad for me thinking about the Sailor Moon community. It's sad for me to know that, this is what they get, and pretty much, I guess that's it. Are there any chronicles? Are there any other series that we can surround other characters with? I don't know. Will there be another replacement with Sailor Moon? I wonder. Okay, I thought Miraculous was somewhat like that, but that's not an anime. And also, like, other magicas that are not big with somewhat surround that as well. I mean, time tells basically what happens. But personally, with Cosmos, and from what I got from it, was a sense of happiness and nostalgia, and just that flourish feel that sadly has to go. And I don't know, like, pretty much, I give it an 8 out of 10 because I enjoyed the fights. I enjoyed, like, the battle. Usagi, I wish that she was more reckless and fighting back. But there was a part of me, like, there was a good reason why she did it. And the message was pretty unique within it, about, like, how people really people have a purpose of reasons of what they do and why they do it. Especially even if they're enemies and stuff like that. And Galaxia has her purpose and reasons, but even though they're kind of like, very excessive. But at the same time, like she would go there. A lot of these people, and pretty much there is a part where within Sailor Moon where it went places where it's not your happy, glitz and glamour type of girl magica. No, it went to dark places where it's real. This is like serious right now. The whole world is depending on us, and certain stuff like this has to go. But I just wish there was just that little sense of like cuteness after, and I guess that's not gonna happen. I don't know. Maybe I'm doubting. Maybe I could be wrong of all this. This is just me talking, and this is a review, of course. But yeah, I guess thank you to Sailor Moon and all the good times that I remember from it. Even though it just had to end as it came back. The moment I really had hope, like, yep, oh, Sailor Moon's back, and it's gone. So what's next? I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, on jazz. That's my review. I'm not the best reviewer. Other people within the Sailor Moon community that actually have lower subscribers than me, they do very well. They can do it very well. Okay, and I can, I see their videos, and pretty much just to make my criticisms, I decide to really give you my full opinion, even though I'm, really, hitting hard with the whole like ending part, because I don't like endings in terms of series and in terms of saying goodbye. It's basically like saying goodbye to your best friend that you just met, type of deal. Anyways, that's it. Sailor Moon. Watashi wa star. Peace. God bless.